all by himself. I can see that ending well. Here. They were hobgoblins, seems to be far of Tamra. Has got me. I'm Reagan. I forgot to introduce myself, but I was the one the little lad gave his first proper tally ho. The identical outfit does make it difficult to tell one dwarf from the rest. They have their ways, but we have ours. Awfully, it's wonderful to see you again, Kaiser. Regret it was just asking us in the way. What was I called? The castle town? It's nowhere to found, but he did leave a note behind. Right here. Wherever is good, I'm off to the Crystarium to find my first and best friend, Kaiser. If the chief asks where I've gone, just make something up. The automatic will take care of the work. So he had to explain. Oh, don't forget to feed. What's cold that is. The boy has mastered the fine art of good old-fashioned lally-ho, but that won't get him very far in the crystal, whatever it's. I'm up from him, I was. He'll be the first isn't exactly the he went looking for Kaiser. Maybe the two of them could find him before he gets to it or cause any trouble. It's being away difficult in the rock forest ground arrangement between our villages. Orphan ogre he built seems to be about its work as normal, even without him to operate, so I think we'll be fine. Alright, we're off to Ronet. I should probably point out that this is the first time I'm going more than a mile or so outside Tamra. I'm counting you, so please try to keep mishaps and misadventures to a bare minimum. But I'm scared, Marina. Oh, not one bit. Ahem. Without any further ado, let's make. Wish to be both a safe journey to Crystarium. Who the sort of trouble they're into. I have a feeling that it won't take them long, but for better or for worse, dwarves have a habit of drawing attention wherever they go. How many people can I save you? Oh, that's annoying. I've never seen many people at their own place. Unfortunately now, one of them is arid engineer. What could he be? I would be surprised if he's whispering in some corner. If he was. What are all these big folks walking about? He's probably scared they'll trip over him. But my ass and competition. You are the second honest to God's dwarf I've seen this morning. Really? So where's the first? Over me, playing hide and seek by the looks of it. I hope he was just lost. I'd say it could be one. Let's go nab him before he runs off again. There's something you only hear about in stories, but now I'm seeing them all over the place. This is what I mean. I thought I'll be scowling faces, but they're all quite friendly anyway. I found him. Oh. I don't detect it. Kaiser. Hey, watch it, short eyes. Oh my thunder dies here. So when we heard of Kaiser staying here, you came here looking for him. That's quite the journey for one so young. Getting here is easy. Starting conversation was harder. Every time I try to give someone an old-fashioned like ho, they look at me like I'm daft or something. As I am. Or he found you, more like, come think of it. Where is it you're looking for him in the first place? No. The chief tells me he's a hero who risked his life and saved. I heard that thought it was only right to, as you're saying, trouble was. I'm sure where to start. I'm not going back to Tama until I find a blueprint of your equal. While I'm not much of a fighter, but there are other ways I can help those needs. But besides, unlike the rest of the villagers who think beyond their next bit of honor, right, there is a wrong and well-earned drink, or 10 after hard way. That besides, how can you hope to compete with someone like Kaiser? You might be known as the greatest warrior the world ever seen. There's one thing I can be better in crafting. What? You must be joking. Kaiser has put in a lot of skills as an armorer to help around me for some time. Trust me, to make friends with one of the knowing people who's good at everything. But there's no way making it into a competition though. What's the word? Cooperate. There must be someone out here who needs help. How about you, miss? Anything in mending? I may be one of my patent automatic I carry around me. Where to begin? We did receive a report a few days ago about caravan of merchants being attacked by roving sin eaters. Not fear when they were able to escape our cash ship, there is no choice but to abandon almost all produce of Treasure City. I fear it's only a matter of time until it happens. And first, nearest burger that the Felcher Mecha Toad might come in handy. Few extra spiky bits. On second thought, it might take more than that to need somewhere. Very awesome. Seeing that you built this yourself, it certainly is imposing. In a way, only if you should see the. You should see the formidable. Hold up. This example of dwarf engineering was lovely crafted by a young Ronin here. He's a descendant of the great blacksmith Watts, well, on his way to becoming the pride of Tama on his own way. Judging by your quality of work, I can see why. I have a proposal. If you're willing to lend us expertise, we can arrange space for you to use as a workshop. Really? Well, I say space is essentially as all there is. We plan on building a storehouse and near also never, but we had to divert our resources elsewhere. Never completed it. Even if you put it to good use. After all, my friend Kaiser is a friend of ours. If you miss, I'll turn that place into the first-class workshop with 2 ships. Excellent. Inform headed that there are 2 surprises. I suggest you make yourself known as Lori. She's a regular at the Summer Springs, so there's that first. Sounds like a meeting green is in order. I reckon I go a lot smoother when they cover me with the likely event I put my foot in somehow. Also, I have no bloody idea how to get this. I myself wonder over the taking it off first out of a session. I'm a funny name for a pile of rocks, a couple of fawns. Me, and more importantly, where is it? Bro, I'm looking for Laura. Have you seen where she is? If you call me an old crone again, I'll rip off that silly beard of yours and shove it down your throat. If Laura's you're after, you're looking at her. What do you want? Did she? If she thinks you're alright, that's good enough for me. Tell me, what's your plan on making in the workshop of yours? And don't go thinking you're impressing with a load of technical jargon. I was an engineer myself, you know. I'm gonna modify this here automata so that it can transport goods and keep them safe from seniors. It won't be transporting much of anything. Those stubby little arms, let alone fend off attackers. Especially if it was good in the torso. By the time I'm done windmilling into the bastards, all those wares will be shaking in the buggery. Good luck, the poor sods who have to sell that. That's but a windmill and the best part of the old woman had a point. Less of that old, and I'll use that beard of yours to scrub the bats with the rest of you. You need to carry as much as possible while striking the seniors from distance. That's it. Everyone gather around. Wicked White is an old and improbably holding. The design was from before a grandchild of the great Watts himself and still protected transportation. On with teeth, I call it. A thick shell using Cochrane safe inside while the cannons ballast at any attack is smothering. An amazing coincidence that you have a perfect solution in your pocket at all times, even before you knew what the problem was. Ain't no coincidence, ever since I found the blueprints entirely safe. I've taken them wherever I go. Never know what Watt's idea may come in handy. Of course, I'm not just gonna make one of those. Oh no, I'll make the whole bunch of them. Send them all over Norris. Suit everyone. See how great dwarf engine really is. But this only shows how it looks from the outside, with no mention of the inner workings. Are you sure you're able to? I bet my beard on it. And to be honest, Warden has come a long way since Watt's time. He probably didn't design the inside because there was no way to actually make something like this back in the day. Luckily, we got a skill to bring Watt's ideas to life. I have a prototype. I'll run. Listen on it. I'm not going home, no, but the hardest swinging hammer around here. If we combine our efforts, it's me. I say, I'd be interested to see how well this will turn out. I'll let you use my land, as long as you don't turn it into a smoldering crater. Don't regret it. If we're building a workshop, we need far more parts of it. I head back to Tama and round up some volunteers. Hold it right here. If we're pushing on with dwarves, at least give me some way to tell you apart. I might want to know who if you all dress like that. Sure, if you realize, madam, we dwarves don't exactly have extensive wardrobes, but in the interest of smooth running, I'll ask my friend Kenan if there's anything we can do. So much for helping. Much like bugger off back to Tama and leave the poor Rana to do everything. So you're still here, so you can give me a head inside. Let's go take a look. Worship, I suppose you'd call it either way. This is Watt's vision come to reality. Although to me, I'm gonna say it's gonna be easy, but having, doesn't make the task seem less daunting though. Even after it was a bit muffled first to hear crafting, feel thunder, all that. I'm glad we've got something in common. We can. It does the rest of the time. Oh, change your mind, you know where to find me. For a moment or two, let's make some pain. People, a few things we need to get. Everything I need, anything wherever your passion interest in metalworking, to be able to manage it, I'm sure. As for another example of increased force, I said come a load of random, I mean potentially very useful materials on the way. If you somehow manage to bugger it up, we got plenty of more. Take it. So come see me when you're ready then. I say I was expecting you to make a total to take care of the rest. You go out and put your feet up a bit and oh. There you are. Welcome to Watt's Anvil. There we go. I can't believe it. I hardly recognize you. Have you done something to your beard? Well, spots covered. According to the link, the wild beard is brown and white horn. Being as I'm a descendant, I follow suit. Well, with the popper, we should start get on making a prototype of him. The truth, I'm not used to having this sort of pressure, but I got the others to having a sense. I'm sure of them. I have handling of your what the world. New enterprise, namely to provide them a death machine. How are you looking? Okay, so where's the store person? Oh, there you are. compelled by the unwavering sense of justice, he made a recurrent attempt to console and calm the violent monarch, but such is the contrary reason. Innocent for a crime, whereas suffers a terrible punishment, cursed to forever inhabit a form of monster. They're playing our cards. You have a formidable card. Final hurdle, players on the challenge is at the realm. I will comment my other strategy. playing grown-ups. Yes, of course there is. Quite right. Last charge. Thank heaven you created the wood. So, the word that everything, meaning we can proceed with Talos. Once we review the magic, it will stir here and carry out its taking Mount Cushion is fast. Written about we will up this island as the pattern frontal. Once our plan there will be no turning back. Supervision of people. Next better over over. Everything will be fine, no towels, and I have to have to pour himself forever. Alright. No, I'm not supposed.
Word from the Exarch. All is set on his side, and we may proceed when ready.
Well, we have sufficient stone for our needs.
Likewise, preparations for the imbuing have been made according to thine exacting instructions.
Then you need only say the word.
Let us begin. See that everyone is in position. We shall catch Vorthri, mountain and all.
Here it comes!
how they made that.
Yes, yes! You've not lost your touch, you clever old bugger! See what they're doing? If its hands are damaged, it won't be able to cling to the mountain. Oh, I knew this was a terrible idea.
4-3 marshals the Eaters to his defense. This was only to be expected. We must try and draw as many of them down to the ground as possible. It may not be enough, but we have no other choice. Is that?
Such heartless thing our sapling is. Cold and cruel and heartless! Summon us in times of need, we expressly said. Yet what should we find but the final battle joined without so much as a whisper of our name? Yes, we may also have said that we fey folk have no interest in the struggles of men. But if our adorable sapling had come crying to us for help, we would of course have flown to his aid. Of course we would. What are we to do with him? We are so very, very sad. You will play with us. Cheer us up again!
Huh. I don't know what I'm trying to say, they're all good. Oh, I have to play Watchful.
This I did not expect, but I will gladly accept the help. I will send word to Y'shtola and the others. Join them at the foot of Mount Guld and be ready to make the ascent.
Alright, sounds good. Go and join the combat. I'm a genius, of course. Use someone. And I play my part. The rest up to you. Could you hear? Make sure I'll come back to you, or I'll be. We are Kaiser. Are we? Well, it's not wrong to assume them with our presence. We must. Watch, we can't hide from us now. Fine. Everyone here is good. We use its body to bridge it. Alright, make us every mom, of course. We'll pass through their ranks and meet their masters regardless. Not feel self-conscious when the fists are watching me. In the guy's method, I look for the cultivated image of restraint, yet I do not. Like hazard to my heart content, I do believe it. In the grass of the mountain is no more the stone. This hope who dwells in the world, both past and present, is prey of yearning places. How many eaters are up there? You suppose 100, 1,000? No matter what. Whenever the odds are, we will overcome them and feel one to us. Earth, one of the previous, in which its own people have no place. And here it ends now. Well, thank you for feeding me. I know nothing more about. During the course of our journey, I've come to love this land and those people who call home. I give it all affection. and our hunt all over and begin. Couldn't imagine ever being done with the task. Yet here we are. Raise the last wolf, let's get you there.
Here we go!
So it is you. You will not defile my new paradise.
It doesn't have any regeneration. so. The hell am I running? First boss is kind of
I will not suffer it!
cool ass armor. That is muscular.
I am righteousness! And righteousness will prevail! Can't you do anything by yourself? Prepare yourself! be discouraged. Prepare yourself.
Oh, this is the Zano fighter. That's Zano. That's Zano, right? Not
There'll be nothing left of you but a smoking crater!
Take it out. Oh, I got my samurai weapon. I really like that. I really like that hottie.
The end is near, my friends. We have found Vorthri's hiding place.
Unrepentant villains! Will you not be satisfied until you have brought disaster down on your own heads? By your wickedness, you stand to gain naught but ceaseless conflict. Had you only entrusted fate to me, there would have been peace for all. You could have lived bliss in my eternal paradise, free from the burdens of conscience and
Peace assumes many forms, and I do not doubt that you considered yours well worth the cost. I was even prepared to believe that the end might justify the means. Ignorant as I was, I had hoped that you might mend your ways and join hands with us, that we might strive together for the happiness of all. but no more. Your actions cannot be reconciled with your words. Peace for all, you say? Yet when you were threatened, your first act was to sacrifice your own people in order to save yourself. If your paradise can be rebuilt so long as you alone survive, it exists not for the people. It exists solely for your twisted pleasure.
Hear me, Vorthri. The people won't submit to your will, for we each have our own. I made a promise to a noble soul, a woman who saw fit to entrust me with her legacy, and I mean to keep it. Everyone who stands with us has something precious, something that they cherish and would die to protect. They know their own hearts. They know what they want for this world. And by lending their strength to our cause, they have spoken. No matter how hard you may try to bend the world to your will, we will never yield!
Silence! Not another word! You presume to lecture me. Insolent worms. You will learn your place. With my true powers awakened, I will expunge you like the filth you are. Your demise will serve as a reminder to all that I am the zenith of mankind and sin eater both, chosen to rule over creation by right of transcendence. My very existence is virtuous. I am perfect, immaculate.
He seems disinclined to grant us an audience.
Find Vorthri. We will hold the Eaters here. Come! Let's finish this!
Give me, lady. Crown of the Immaculate. Don't lose, huh? Alright.
Are you so determined to die? One last chance, villains! Bow down and acknowledge your king! Your god! This will be a burden.
bottom.
But I am all powerful!
Yeah, we took him out. With your powers, you could have done. We're securing an escape route. Do you do what you must? That's not a light. Without us seeing a ball emerging. Nice. It looks like we missed it yet again. Is that Valtry? No. Now the Knights of the Northbound bring salvation to both our two worlds. You fought well.
Why am I cast down? But it is you who are the villains. Father told me that I am hope. I am righteousness. That I am a god. That is why I was born. As man and sin eater both. I kept the people safe. They respected me. Worshipped me. How can this be? I should be be the one looking down at you. Damn you! I am your god!
Can I really uptake that?
Look! The sky!
Oh. Alright.
Fools! Were it not for my decisive action, the whole city would have been overrun, razed to the ground. Yet they dare to complain about casualties? Spare me. I'll wager they were put up to it by those wretches who seek to usurp me. They're stirring up the citizenry. But if they think I will yield to the likes of them, they are gravely mistaken.
To be subjected to such deplorable treatment, such ingratitude. You have my sympathies, sir. You do so much good for this city, and you could do so much more were you not surrounded by fools.
Who are you? You're not supposed to be in here.
My apologies for the intrusion, but I come bearing a proposal, one that will ensure the longevity of your reign. But give me the word, sir, and I will bring hither a light warden. By giving its power to the babe within your lady wife's womb, we shall create a transcendent being, a king to rule over all. And as sire to the king, your authority will never again be in question.
Oh, that.
Amazing. Before my Vorthri, they behave as docile pets. With this gift, my line shall be guaranteed power for perpetuity. We shall rule the whole world.
By all means, sir. United under Yulmor's banner, men will cease fighting and abandon their ambitions. Thus, they will grow fat and complacent, and in their sloth, seal your supremacy.
It's
Are you alright? Say something!
Pain. Pain.
12 for Fend. He cannot contain the light. He's beginning to turn. Urianger, if you've aught up your sleeve, now is the time.
It's changing back.
The combined power of every Light Warden is too terrible a burden for any one soul to bear. And so I shall relieve you of it.
Exarch! What are you doing?
I'm gonna burst it.
I will channel this profusion of power to the Crystal Tower and use it to travel to other worlds. As I have dreamed of doing ever since I first learned of their existence. Who would choose to remain here in this dying realm when they might go elsewhere and begin anew? Not I. And thus did I use you.
No, I don't believe you. It doesn't make sense.
Damn you! We won't let you do with him as you please.
Do not interfere! Please, I beseech you all, let him go!
You knew of this, Urianger. 'Tis all a fiction. Such vaguely defined acts of teleportation stand no chance of success. The Exarch will never live to see another world, as he knows only too well.
Then, what does he mean to do?
He means to take the light with him into the rift, where he will die. From the beginning, he intended to sacrifice himself to save our friend and Northrend.
At journey's end, an opportunistic thief makes off with the hero's prize. A paltry way to end a chapter, I concede. Yet your tale will continue, and my role in it will scarcely be remembered. Worry not. Whatever should become of me, I will be happy and free, safe in the knowledge that I have played my part.
Right here.
Thank you for fighting for this world, for believing. Fare you well, my friend, my inspiration.
Only those who possess the royal eye of the Allagan Imperial line are capable of controlling the Crystal Tower. Such individuals do not exist in the First. Therefore, in all likelihood, the Exarch arrived here with the tower. This much I had surmised, yet I could not discern his grand scheme. To think that he went through all this trouble for the sake of a single hero. It's almost admirable in its absurdity. Alas, it is not your grand scheme that will succeed, but ours.
You bastard!
Oh, there you go. There he is.
Your friend is still alive, but whether he remains so depends on you. What a disappointment you turned out to be. I placed my faith in you, let myself believe that you could contain the light. But look at you now, halfway to becoming a monster. You are unworthy of my patronage. I am an Ascian. My heart's sole desire is to usher in the great rejoining. 100 years ago, I entrusted my comrade Logriff with the task of increasing light's sway over this world. This we sought to do by manipulating heroes. When that failed to achieve the desired result, I created Vorthri. But thanks to your meddling, that too has ended in failure.
What was your true purpose in approaching us?
By your 12, boy, have I not told you before that everything I said was the truth? You were specimens by which I might gauge man's potential as it stands. I genuinely had an interest in you, genuinely considered taking you on as allies. Provided he could contain and control the light. If not, then he, and by extension you, would be of no use to me. 'Twas as simple as that.
So, we've been found wanting. How disheartening. But even had we fulfilled your conditions, there was no guarantee that we would cooperate. What then?
Then I simply kill you all. At the very least, it would restore the world to the way it was before you went about trouncing Light Wardens willy-nilly. Suffice it to say, it would be most inconvenient to have all that light taken away. And I would be lying if I were to claim his actions didn't have me worried. You still retain your form and your senses. But you have all but become a Sin Eater. Whether you will it or no, your mere existence will serve to engulf the world in light. Those in your company will likewise turn into Sin Eaters, and in time you will succumb to your base instincts and hunt innocents to feast on their sweet, sweet ether. Those few with the will left to fight may rise up against you, but before your absolute might, they will quickly know despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished. Ah, the irony. What Vorthri achieved through bliss, you achieved through despair.
I am not Sephiroth.
But I have overstayed my welcome. I shall look forward to seeing you bring the world to its knees, hero.
Exarch!
I have naught to show for all the time and effort I invested in you. He is a small token for my troubles. I did not expect that I could learn aught from man, but I may yet learn something from all the knowledge he had hoarded for his precious hero. I pity you, I do. Your friends are now your foes. If you do not kill them, they will kill you. When it all becomes too much to bear, seek me out at my abode in the dark depths of the Tempest. There, you may complete your descent into madness, with some dignity, far from prying eyes. Till then, I bid you farewell. Eater.
Huh? What? Am I good?
Ah, finally.
What, am I dreaming? That's the needle yet.
You're confused. And small wonder. After you collapsed, Emmet's self vanished. Then Reen did what she could to stay the raging of the light within your body. Thanks to her, you're still you. But she's only delayed the inevitable. You're not going to like what you see, but you still need to see it.
Oh.
It's like this all over. The whole of Norvrat is shrouded in light again. And it's because of you, and the power you absorbed from the Wardens. No one knows but your friends. When they carried you down from the mountain, they told everyone waiting below that they didn't understand why the light had returned. Now they're out there trying to allay the people's fears, while searching for a way to save you. If you're well enough to be up, you're well enough to get some fresh air. Better that than stewing in here. Go on. Go.
Wait, if I might have all the Light Warden's power, can't just go to the other world and then like not have. If I don't step in foot in that world, then Warden of Wider. If you haven't subscribed, I do new videos all the time. And with that being said, sadly, this has been Kenan with Kaiser on OP. I'm just that good. See you in the next video.